May 6, 2022. This is that little patch in the middle right here. It's dry, so I have to water it. I'm sure it's continuing to grow back here on the western slope. Yeah, we've got grass all over the place now. It's definitely coming up. That's great. All right, today we're gonna have to go to Home Depot. I'm gonna get those pine doors. I decided to just purchase doors. Ooh, it's a lot of dirt right there. All right, so I decided to go with 28-inch doors instead of the big wide 36. 28 actually makes more sense because the wider the door, like say I would choose a 36-inch, well, that's 8 inches wider than a 28-inch door. Plus, I have to double that and add an inch. So we would be all the way to here, which means this would be the only sturdy structural wall I would have to hang tools. So with a 28-inch door, we have good solid framing from there over. The only thing is, the halfway point here, from here over, is gonna be weak structurally. I'm still gonna put 3/4 inch plywood on the outside to give it some sort of, stability, which means I can still do French cleats, I can still hang pretty much all of my hand tools and everything, but I won't be able to, put shelves there with, stacks of wood or anything like that. So that's just something to consider. And another reason that having a smaller door is better than having a wide door is because I will have more useful shelf space. And that's the whole purpose of these partition shelves. So that's, the smaller the door, the better. I don't need to bring large things between this room and that room or the YouTube studio and going out. I don't have to do any of that. So there's nothing big going into the YouTube studio. The biggest thing is the table, and the legs come off of that anyway, right? So I'm gonna go ahead. I still have to frame this out to 57 by 84.5, which means I have to cut. I did put a mark there at 57, that little black marker right there. I'm gonna actually cut that with the Sawzall, remove this stuff, and knock this stud out, move it back a little bit so I could fit in another stud next to it right there. And that would be where the 57 mark is. I also have to install some more OSB in that empty area. So I need to get some more tap cons. I need some 28-inch doors. I'm gonna go with the pine ones, the nice heavy-duty pine ones. And I gotta pick up, I don't know if I'm gonna do it today, but I don't see why I shouldn't. I gotta pick up some, I think it's 6 sheets of 3/4 inch multi-ply plywood. And that's what we're gonna do on the outside of the walls here. On the inside, I haven't decided if I'm gonna do tongue and groove yet or what, but yeah, we'll figure it out as we go. I still have to put the flooring in here too. So we got our work cut out for us today. And once these are framed out, we have to start installing our actual pocket door kit, right? So we'll get to that as well today. It is kind of late. I did spend all morning on the computer. I was researching dust collection and looking for a table saw and some other tools. I did not find a table saw, but I did find a dust collector down in Albuquerque, which is a 7-hour drive. It's $975. And then I found a more powerful one from Grizzly for another $600, and they would deliver it to me. I wouldn't have to drive at all. So between the gas price difference, plus I'm getting an upgrade, having it delivered for about the same price if you consider gas money, I just went ahead and purchased the Grizzly, I don't know the name of it, I can't remember, it's like the 0853 Cyclone 2 horsepower dust collection system. I went ahead and purchased that, so that's gonna be shipped hopefully soon. Also, the air compressor is on its way. Well, they said between the 6th and the 12th, so I still have to move all this stuff out of the way in case I get a notification that that's on the way. So that's 5 minutes of talking. Let's get to work. Well, I made a pit stop at the Goodwill because you never know if they have like some doors laying around or whatever. Lots of bed frames. Probably get those real cheap. Some desks. I mean, the wood alone in some of this furniture is worth more than what they're selling it. So going into that Goodwill gave me an idea. Remember I was gonna donate that siding, that vinyl siding, to Habitat for Humanity? Well, why don't I just go over there and see if they have any doors? Because I'm in, like, basically I'm in the parking lot of the Home Depot anyway. That's why I looked over and was like, oh, I'll check the Goodwill first. But I mean, I'll pick up the doors here at Home Depot, but on my way back, I'm definitely gonna stop at the Habitat for Humanity and see if they have any doors there, because if they do, I'll get them for pennies on the dollar instead of, you know, $200 a door here, and then I can always return them if I do find something. So that's the plan. It is Friday. I didn't get a chance to do any yard sailing, so we can, this could be my equivalent of yard sailing today. So I grabbed 30-inch doors because apparently they don't have the 28s. I thought they had, but they were 24s. Anyway, 30-inch doors, we're gonna have to reframe out for that. I grabbed 6 4x4s to make a couple raised garden beds as well. Now I just gotta find the big spikes for these, and that'll be another project for another day. I think what we need is some good, authentic Mexican food. All right, well, it's lunch break. Some Fat Sully's pizza here. And as I was framing the YouTube studio door for the pocket door, I measured from the floor up to the header on both sides. Both of them measured 84.5 like they're supposed to be. And I put the level up after I put the 2x4 across. I put the level up to make sure that it was level, and it was way off. I'm like, So then I thought maybe I had the tape measure on the concrete on one side and on the OSB on the other side, and I didn't. Everything was measured correctly. But I found out that the floor itself is a little bit, it's like for 9 feet, the room is 9 feet wide. It's about an inch off. So I have to rip up all the OSB. I have to put down an inch shim on the one side, a 1/2 inch shim about halfway, and no shim at the other end. And then in between the 1 inch and the 1/2 inch, I have to put a 3/4 inch shim. And then between the 1/2 inch and the no shim, I have to put a 1/4 inch shim. So in order to do that, I have the planer set up in here. I'm gonna make some big long shims of different sizes. We're gonna rip up the OSB, lay the shims down, and then we'll put the OSB back down. We'll have to re-tapcon because the tapcons that I used were only 1 3/4 inches. So I'm gonna have to get much longer tapcons. I'm gonna have to re-drill everything. I don't know how I didn't catch it, but I'm glad I did when I did. Otherwise, I'd have my desk there and I'd set a pen down and it would just continuously roll off the table. So we're gonna fix that before I get the flooring down. Obviously, make sure that it's right. And I'm gonna finish my lunch and we'll get in there to do that. All right, so here is the solution to the unlevel floor problem. Basically, I'm using those scraps of the tongue and groove from the ceiling. I'm using those scraps on the floor. So I'm doubling them up here where it's 1 inch because they're 1/2 inch pieces. Then I'm gonna go 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch, because right about there is where the actual slope, the unevenness starts. So if I can shim this all the way across, in that way, we'll be good to go. So the question is, yeah, I have 1 inch here and a 1/2 inch here, but how do I get 3/4 and 1/4? Well, I'm gonna show you. So this little Makita planer here is an excellent tool. I've had it for many years. This is the second one. My original one got stolen and I repurchased it because I liked it so much, even though I knew I was going to be purchasing a big industrial one in the near future. So this is how I'm going to make those 1/2 inch pieces into 1/4 inch pieces and 1/8 inch pieces. Basically, I'm just gonna go ahead and run them through there and make all 1/4 inch pieces. Then I can lay a 1/4 inch piece on top of the 1/2 inch. That'll make this second row 3/4 of an inch. I'll leave this 1/2 inch row here, and then this one here would just be a 1/4 inch, and then I can bring it down even to maybe an 1/8 inch. It might not even be necessary, and we'll just run that along there. But I had to rip up all the tap cons. We're gonna have to re-drill this down, not tonight because it's already 7 p.m. But that's gonna have to be refixed to the ground into the concrete. So I might actually be able to just ram set the shims into the ground and then just screw these into the shims. That's probably the faster, easier way. Because those tap cons, I mean, yeah, I have the masonry drill bit and everything, but it takes forever. The ram set, just 22 caliber bullets, boom, 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 all the way through. Actually, I think I might have a couple left. I've got like, I've only got 4 ram sets left. So we'll have to go and pick some of them up. We don't need 2.5 inch. We could probably get away with an 1.5 inch. All right, I feel a lot better. I got some sawdust made. I got lots of sawdust. Unfortunately, I can't use it for growing oyster mushrooms because oyster mushrooms only grow on hardwood. This is all coniferous softwood, so I can't use it. Pine or Douglas fir, can't use it. But we got those pieces all cut, planed to the correct thickness. So here we have 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/4 inch shim going all 4 right down through here. That did level it out. And you can, I don't know, well, you can't tell, but standing here looking at it, you could definitely tell it certainly leveled it out. Tomorrow, it's already dark out, so, well, it's getting dark. We're gonna go ahead and get more tap cons. We're gonna go ahead and fasten this entire side back down. Get back to the original plan of installing the pocket doors, and then hopefully we can start putting our plywood up and getting stuff moved in here. So another thing I'm gonna have to do is I wanna hardwire my computer from the router, so I'm gonna have to get a big spool of Cat 5 or Cat 6 cable, whatever it is, and run it from the router over to the shop here, and then we're gonna go ahead and probably over there would be the best place to have a Cat 5 outlet right in the wall, because that's where the computer is gonna be. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We found a problem, we fixed it. It took most of the day, but hey, that's what you have to do. I'm learning as we go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.